creed is defined by Merriam-Webster as an idea or set of beliefs that guides the actions of a person or a group. At first, when I tossed around the idea of a creed, it felt old-fashioned to me, a military thing, or the Apostles' Creed, if you've heard of that, a thing of the past. We have things in our life now, jobs and kids and fundraisers and parents and causes. Yet in this day and age, with boundless opportunities for communication, words are less meaningless than ever before. It's almost too easy to say anything and everything. Think about these words that you've spoken or you've heard that lost their luster after a few rounds of difficulty, challenge, or stress. I promise. I love you. I will. We flank this stuff with excuses, the people and circumstances that got in the way of good intentions. I wasn't raised with a written creed, but I know my father had one. The first time I understood how it worked was in my first year of college. He was facing a challenge, being unfairly accused of something, and I confess I was part of it. I'm not going to get into the details, but in the end, because of my behavior, a few people spread untruths about his behavior, actions that were really mine. I was quite stressed out about the situation, upset that someone would accuse my upright dad of things that he would never even think of doing, dismayed that ultimately it was all my fault, and lost at the reason why he wouldn't clear his name at my expense. As the rumors swirled around his reputation, he said nothing. He simply worked, treated people with kindness, and kept it moving. I don't know if people ever realized the errors or implications of their actions on him. I know my dad went on to have several subsequent successful careers afterwards, and he also gained my undying respect. Because my dad had a creed. He knew what he stood for. He didn't feel it was necessary to defend his indefensible actions. He didn't even consider throwing me under the bus. He didn't worry, or at least I didn't see it, what other people thought, and he really didn't change his level of kindness that he extended to others. Not because he was perfect. I'm sure that it was difficult for him. It was a sense of purpose coupled with his predetermined guidelines that carried him through what I know was a difficult time. I can promise you, if you're human, you will be faced with challenges, and I also believe you should create those guidelines or your creed in your most optimistic and creative space. I am certain my dad would not have fared so well if he had waited to create a creed while he was under stress. Those stressful moments are shaped by distrust and anxiety. That brings me to my assignment for you. Prepare for your best and worst situation and your best life right now. Create a creed where you can see your vision rooted in gratitude. Focus on your spiritual beliefs. Don't worry about what everyone else thinks. Be real for yourself and declare what you know to be true in your heart. State what you'll strive for. Think about what you want people to experience when they interact with you. How will you prioritize your goals and relationships in your life? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? If you're feeling uncertain, join us in the 180 group and we can do it together. Google personal creeds for ideas. And I'll leave you with this. I created a creed, something I'll probably keep working through for the remainder of this year to the next. I hope you enjoy it and that you'll join me. My life is not solely for production. I make space for my spiritual life and for quiet. I'm not anxious about what I can't control. I respond with excellence over the circumstances I can influence. Daily, I exercise forgiveness for myself and others. I believe the behavior of others is not about me. I choose kindness over being right. I desire the people in my life feel safe in my presence. I approach every day with boldness. I actively offer my gifts based on the needs I see and feel. I offer each moment my best effort. I recognize every action creates ripples of legacy, and I take responsibility for my influence. I treat my body and my brain with honor and gratitude in order to serve others and live my best life. I don't allow others to change my direction and behavior. I choose my path. However, I accept feedback and I learn from others. I believe in the presence of God. I believe God created me with intention and creativity, and I will be more joy-filled when I seek to fulfill that purpose.